Hmm.
Bingo!
Bingo.
All right. Get your daubers out, kids. It's time for a round of old folks bingo. Just kidding. It's not true at all. I want to start with a quick little fun factoid. I was dicking around on the internet yesterday, and I saw something I thought was just nifty. I saw a show where a guy from the East Coast and a guy from the West Coast had a thought, an idea. Nay, they made a show where they put it out every week, where they talk to each other living on different coasts. And I thought to myself, wow, that's neat. Too bad we're already fucking doing that. And we are. But here's the difference. They're on fucking Comedy Central. So for all of you cats who happen to be watching this show, you'll know that this is not that show, but this is the future.
Unfortunately.
Motherfucker. I was trying to sound like I was selling laundry soap. Hopefully,
well, yeah, you were, and I'll buy it, man. I'll take it.
Motherfucker, I could sell Calgon, and that shit ain't even around anymore. No,
the fuck is what's that?
It's something, I don't know. It came from Wayne's World. It's a detergent like from the 90s, like Calgon, but just some shit that this probably kills people now. I don't know, but in any case, it's probably poisonous. But yeah, I saw this shit on. I saw that two people are doing something quirky and all this neat stuff, and they're trying to be rebellious and safe. Then I was like, nah, fuck that shit. We're good. We're doing our
rebellious and safe.
Well, no, I just mean like whenever you see something that's like, I mean, these guys probably live in LA, or one of them does anyway. The other one maybe New York. Who knows? I didn't care that much. But in any case, I just thought that was funny. Like that was their pitch for their show. And I was like, glad we got there first. Too bad no one knows who the fuck we are, but
yeah. Hey, Tony, I'll be your little secret anytime.
Oh shit, man. Well, anyway, how the hell you been, dude?
I've been pretty all right, fine, good.
Pretty all right, fine. That's a very Portland answer, if I do say so myself.
I like the party, you know. I don't know what things mean anymore. I'm cool. It's all good. I'm pretty good. You old bitch. I went to Bend to see my brother. I don't know if I talked about that or not, but yeah, I ended up going. Yeah, I ended up staying a little, like about 3 days longer than I thought I was going to, just helping him out, doing things, and he had certain things he needed. He's in a wheelchair now, so it's like kind of got, there's certain things going on. So, and help do things around the house and stuff. So it was good to hang out with them and stuff. And his immune system is very compromised, so I had to wear a mask like in the house,
right?
Basically, for the only time I didn't wear a mask is when I was sleeping or when I was driving to go somewhere,
right?
Like the pharmacy for them or something. So I was wearing a mask like 90% of the time. So, and I realized I was driving back home and like I was like, man, the back of my ears fucking hurt. Yeah. And I was like, I was like, I'm a fucking idiot, probably just like really tired driving. I was like looking in the mirror and I'm like, is there a mark? Like, I want to see. And then like, but I'm like almost fucking dying.
You pull out another mirror or your cell phone, you're like,
yeah, I'm like, I just need the bucket.
Watch where you're going, asshole.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm driving here, looking at the back of my ear and shit.
No, but it was good to see him and stuff. And but I've been back, and then I just went back to work, and I just kind of feel like I'm like my schedule got changed again, and now I work Thursdays again, and so I just kind of feel like I'm just like I haven't like got a chance to like take a breath or anything. I feel like I'm just like working, and I was there and I'm here, and I'm like had to go help my boss move a pinball machine today, and then I have to work, and I'm like and I'm like fucking so I thought I'd just add to all the craziness and drink a lot of coffee.
Working harder than a hooker with a new pimp. I get it.
Would say. But another news, other slash funny, kind of scary. I found a brown recluse in my house a couple days ago.
Fuck.
Which is kind of funny because they're not normally in this part of Oregon. They're normally if they're found in Oregon, they're found in Central Oregon.
Yeah. You brought that shit back with you, like arachnophobia.
Maybe. That's, yeah, it could be. But see, that's the thing is, they're not normally found in this part of Oregon, like where it rains on in Portland and stuff, mainly in Portland, because
a little more drier climate.
Yeah, but doesn't mean just because they're not here doesn't mean they're not here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because brown recluses live in things. They hang out in things, and they just like, so if someone moves, let's say from just anywhere, Texas, California, whatever, where there's a lot of them, and there could be one hidden in a back of a dresser, and you bring that dresser, and then okay, well, now they're here. Maybe it's pregnant, it has babies, so they can be found here. It's just pretty rare. And I grew up around them, and I was like a dirty poor kid. We played in the wood pile and in the dirt and shit. So my parents always told me there's certain things you need to look out for. There's not very many rattlesnakes in Central Oregon, but they are there.
Yeah.
So they're like, look out for those. You probably won't see one, but just in case. But black widows, brown recluses. There's scorpions in Central Oregon. Not a lot, but they are there. And that was one of the things. So I know exactly what they look like. But so we called the exterminator. He came out. I told him what I saw, and he's like, "Well, you probably didn't see it, a brown recluse." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to be that guy that tells a professional."
But I saw it, right?
What their job is. So it's just like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. And then because I don't like when people do that to me with cooking and stuff, and you sure you don't like it when people do that to you with your job. So it's just like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's just call it a big scary spider. How about that?
Right.
And so he sprayed and put little traps and stuff around the house and the whole bit. But I know a friend who got bit like probably 7 years ago, 8 years, maybe even longer. You know him too, briefly. You've met him briefly, I mean. And he got bit by a brown recluse here in Portland in his apartment, and it almost killed him.
I've heard fucking bad things.
Yeah, he was walking around his apartment with an IV thing,
No way.
From wherever the bite was, I think it was somewhere on his back of his other side of his forearm, there was a red line going up to his close to his heart, and like every day the red line would get closer to his chest.
That's the venom, you imagine, right?
Yeah, and so like it fucked him up. And before I even like met you, I think I just started comedy in Bend, or I just came back from San Francisco and was just trying to do what I thought was comedy in Bend. And
let's not talk about that.
Yeah. And I lived in this house for probably 2.5, like 2 or 3 weeks, like maybe even just 2 weeks. And I had a room, and I mainly just stayed in the room. I didn't really go like hang out with people. Just so one night I was sleeping and TV was on, when you're kind of like in bed and TV's on, and you're kind of like asleep but not asleep. I felt something on my face. So I was like,
fuck.
Naturally just went like that. And I kind of like, it woke me up, and I kind of just looked down, and I saw it was a spider. So I kind of killed it. But then I kind of looked at the body and I picked it up and kind of was like, what kind of spider is this? So I realized, oh, that's a brown fucking recluse. And then the next day I opened my dresser drawer, and there's just tons of babies.
Shit. Are you serious?
Yeah. So I was like,
fuck.
So this is what I did, and I'm not.
I'm getting the creepy crawlies on me right now.
I know.
Fuck, I don't like
this is what I did. I threw everything I owned away. I threw my bed away, my blankets, my pillows, all the clothes that was in the dresser. I took things out of tubs, like knickknacks, like papers and stuff, and like shook them out. and like threw the tub away. Like I kept only things that was important. I went to the store in like pajamas and bought new clothes. Like I was freaked out. And then I moved out that day. I said, keep my deposit. Here's rent. There's an infestation of brown recluses. Everybody should move out or get it fucking fixed. I mean, an infestation, not just one. It was like it was weird. So after I moved out, about a week later, whoever took my room got bit in the face by a brown recluse, and it was so yeah.
Ew, fucking gnarly. All right. So sorry, go ahead.
The brown recluse that I saw in my house a couple days ago, I killed. So yeah.
Oh, you killed it?
Yeah. And usually, but we had the exterminator come just in case. Usually, I know the story I just told you, there's usually just one of them. So unless there was an egg thing, and it's pretty rare in Portland, so I'm pretty sure we're safe. But yeah, so that was an exciting thing that happened in my week. Probably scared a lot of people and creeped everyone out, but
we're not done. Halloween's coming. We can keep talking about this nasty shit. Yeah. Even if Halloween, I don't care if Christmas is coming. We're talking about spiders and shit. Let's keep going. So I have a question for you, because I've been in Central Oregon, I've been around, blah blah blah. I've never fully been able to identify if what was fucking with me was a brown recluse or something else, because I've never had someone like you standing next to me being like, that's a bona fide brown recluse. So for everyone else that doesn't like me, I've seen them, but no one's ever said, yep, you're right. So can you give us a quick idea of what they look like?
Yeah, it's very easy. They're a light brown body, sometimes tan, and then a coffee colored butt that even looks like a coffee bean colored butt. Sorry, coffee bean colored butt. So it's like dark brown, almost black. And like it kind of looks like a coffee bean, like it kind of like tapers off, but there's a spider called a red house spider that looks like that, and there's also people mistake wolf spiders, or what they're also called hobo spiders, for brown recluses, because they're big and they're kind of hairy, and people go, that's scary. Brown recluses are scary, so they must be the same thing. So but there's another spider called the red house spider that's just like, it's just a house spider, like it's not it's nothing. It's pretty common, and they look similar to brown recluses, but brown recluses will be bigger and usually slow moving, unless sometimes they're slow in the cold. They'll be able to move a little bit faster if the house is real warm. You know what I'm saying? Like if the heater's on.
I get it. That's fucking
but that's what I know about brown recluses: a light brown body, sometimes tan, coffee colored bean butt.
Someone tried to tell me that there was something about the legs were more towards the front of the body.
Yeah, they point out a little bit more.
Yeah, remember when we lived, I don't know what fucking street it was on, but when we lived in Central Oregon, we had a deck that had the tree going through it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So
where I used to stand under the deck and scream, I live here.
Yeah, the day the fucker moved in, he took his pants off in his underwear in the middle of the day, and it's probably about 30 feet up in the air in a valley, and there's houses everywhere, and he just yells, I live here now. And that was really weird. And that was my first day with Alex as a roommate. But that tree used to have shit running up and down it. Like, and I've seen a spider or two on that thing. Luckily, we never got fucked up at that place. But so fun fact, I'm probably gonna get a piece of this wrong, but I don't give a shit. The internet gets all of it wrong anyway. So I tell a story that Central Oregon is where the premise for the movie Arachnophobia with John Goodman was developed.
Really? I didn't know.
So damn it, dude, I'm itching. Ah, fuck. I don't dig this shit, man. I was in the fucking Marines. I slept with snakes and all that dumb shit, and I killed everything I found. Otherwise, it would have killed me. No shit, I killed a king cobra, man. That fucking. I ain't playing. Yep. No shit. I got a picture of it. I'll try and post it. I killed a fucking king cobra with the butt of my rifle. I'm not shitting you. I told the story before where I hit it with the back of my hand because I was walking through tall grass, and I came back. You always have your rifle on you. And I had my rifle, and I came back around, and that cocksucker was standing in the trail, and I hit that motherfucker like a baseball, and you just heard it go gong, and the body kind of came up and went like maybe a foot, and I was screaming like someone thought a girl was having a hard time out in the woods, you know. I was just like, ah! And then these Thai guys came out, and they were just like, ha 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 ha. They were making fun of me.
Yeah.
And then I had this piece of plastic, like a plastic bag, and I picked it up. And I held it, and I was taking a picture, and then they're like, it's alive, it's alive. And I was like, ah! They were fucking with me. But in any case, yeah, I'm easy to fuck with.
I have a question. How come you didn't shoot it?
No live rounds. We don't always carry live rounds. When we're on exercises and shit like that, there was no war going on. We're just in Thailand doing training exercises.
Oh, okay.
Just blowing up dirt mounds and pretending the enemy still wanted to kill us in Asia. Just poor shit. So yeah, but you always carry your weapon on you. So that was it. I just remember, but I held it at the barrel end, you know, like I didn't butt stroke it or anything. I was like, dun 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 dun. dun. Woo! Fucking outskis, baby. That thing got a concussion, and then it got beat down like I was Joe Pesci. I was like, I fucking hate my life. I think I was on my knees by the end, you know, my one shot at killing the enemy. Really let him have it. But yeah, so in any case, all right. My aunt, I was like 12 or 13 years old. Maybe I don't know what age I was, but that movie Arachnophobia fucked me up. It's a funny movie, I guess. I never ever watched it again, and probably never will, because it's not fucking cool at all. It's not fucking cool, man. Like I think it's rated PG or PG-13. As I said, John Goodman's in it. He's funny as hell. I mean, he was funny, but there's nothing funny about your house being infested with spiders. And what I remember is like towards the end of the movie, like homeboy goes to get cereal, and there's in this movie, it was all black widows, I think. Mm-hmm. There's an infestation of black widows. So in the movie is an infestation of black widows, and like they're climbing up the TV screen and just infesting the shit out of the whole house. They have to get out of the house. But at one point, dude goes to pour cereal, and a spider's in the cereal. And it was so for like years. I mean, this probably has to do with why I'm so slim now, because of those pivotal years where you should be eating. I was so fucking scared to open anything in a box. That's all we could afford was shit in a box.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh fuck no. I used to like shake off cookies and shit. This would be like, oh. Like I didn't know. So years later, I read an article that says that the premise for the movie was based upon a story that happened in Terrebonne, Oregon.
Really?
Farmhouse, yeah. There was a farmhouse out there, and they reported an infestation. I do believe in the real story, it was actually brown recluses. Uh-huh. And they infested the house. The people I think they had to move out or whatever. Long story short, where all this shit came from, the trees. The house was surrounded by trees, and the trees are full of spiders. Mm-hmm. Now, I've spent years climbing fucking trees, and boy, I must have been lucky, because I never got fucked up by anything like that. I used to climb all the way up in pine trees, like 40, 50 feet, just because we didn't have cell phones. So I just climbed all the way up, and then when the wind would blow, you just hang the fuck out and ride it out. Right. If a spider had gotten on my hand, I'd be talking to you through a fucking straw, because I would have fallen immediately. Just let go and fuck it, I'm out.
Right.
Let gravity take hold. So I'm really fortunate that I didn't get fucked up by a spider that way. But that scares the living shit out of me. And whenever I'm in Oregon, like I'm just always like, you know, like, I don't lean on trees. I don't hug them. I don't do any of that shit.
Well, see, you'd be safe because like the majority of the time someone gets bit by like a spider, and especially a brown recluse, is when is in bed a lot.
That's what I hear. That's fucking horrible, man.
Because they get in the sheets and the blankets in bed with you, and you
shit. I'm not gonna sleep tonight, man.
Yeah, you roll over and then they bite you. It's not because
I'm fucked tonight. I haven't been sleeping like shit lately, and this isn't gonna help anything.
I was debating on whether or not to talk about this or not, because I didn't want like anyone
We
that
need to
watches
name this episode Twinkies or something totally harmless so people have no fucking idea what they're getting into.
Yeah, like, but you know, it's fucking like, yeah, there's spiders, man. I don't know. It's real. There's spiders in every fucking house.
That's the name of the show, right? There's spiders, man.
Yeah, it's fucking spiders, man. I don't particularly like them. I'm not creeped out by them. But
you sound like the dude from Big Lebowski if you had a nature show, you know? Fucking spiders, man, you know?
Fucking spiders, man. I don't know. Fucking everywhere. What are you gonna do, man? It's a spider. What are you gonna do? But
fucking funny.
I'm also like willing to admit when I'm wrong, and like I'm okay knowing that might not have been a brown recluse, but I'm like pretty like 95% sure it was, you know. But you know, I'm okay with it, you know, being wrong. And
hey, it's dead.
Honestly, I'd like to be wrong. So
fuck yeah. I don't want to be right about something like that. But
yeah,
here's what I've heard about the. I'm not going to stop. Here's what I heard about the. I know I'm the one that's freaking out, but I don't care. I heard with the bite. Am I wrong in saying that this is the one where the venom actually eats the flesh?
Yeah, it rots your flesh. Yeah.
Right. So if you've ever seen anyone, I have seen a few people with like that had brown recluse bites, and I know one guy who was missing half his calf muscle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why you don't want to get. I mean, they'll kill
it. All
fuck you up.
It all depends on how close, how fast you get it taken care of. Because it's just like,
how do you take care of it? Is like being bit by a snake?
You go to the hospital and they have like brown recluse, like
anti-venom.
Yeah, you know, so. But it's just like, if you like, most people are not going to die from a brown recluse bite if you just get it taken care of. If you just let it go and go and go, then yeah, it'll kill you. But
I can't even imagine being a fucking cowboy like 150 years ago. And no shit, like it sounds like a chill life, but there's no way it was.
Yeah, because there's not like, it's just way easier to die back then. Like
you don't even sleep in a bed. You sleep on your fucking bedroll next to your horse in a pit full of, you know, in a field full of snakes and shit. I really can't imagine what it was like. Every time you watch a Western, there's never any like really big problems with snakes, but that's horse shit. That's horse shit on a shovel. You know it is, because you know that's a problem. That had to be a major fucking problem. How many people like got bit by snakes and died because they couldn't make it to the town, or got there and the doc just drank the last of the anti-venom for the fuck of it? And you're drank it. I don't know what you can do with it, but whatever. Damn, that's crazy, man. Fuck that. And you slept fine?
Yeah.
Hope I don't think about this shit tonight. What's going on over there?
So my dog has a thing where she really likes to go down on herself, and and sometimes she gets really into it, and she gets a hairball. So I was looking over when you were talking. I was trying to be engaged, but like also she was really like going to town. And
I think all of us, I think we could hear it.
Yeah, making noises.
I could hear the huffing.
And so I was like kicking, like I was kind of like nudging her with my foot, kind of like tapping on her. I was like, knock it off, stop it. And then she finally did, came out of her trance. And then I think she got a hairball. She's like, so what you heard was her like getting too much of the goods in her. So
yeah, she clearly dogs don't know what the fuck we're talking about, because we're talking about spiders, and she's in her own world licking herself, like listening to that song. Won't you ring my bell?
Yeah.
Ring my bell.
I think
hairball.
She was ringing her own bell down there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh man. So.
Oh shit.
That's some gross spider talk. How you been? What's up? What's new? You got any spider stories?
No, I don't, and not at all. Because there's too many fucking people where I live. Spiders don't stand a chance. Let's see. Anything tasty and fun happen? Well, I had this little music thing that I ran over with you. So, and if my friend watches this, this is more of a joke than anything. I'll totally go. But in any case, I don't know if this happens to too many people, but I'm a big music goer. I really try not to go to a lot of shows, but 2 or 3 a month, that's probably too many. So in any case, fuck man, listen, I always pick a show over a sports game any day of the week.
Right.
So if shows are in town, that's where I'll go. Otherwise, I'm yelling at the hockey team to get better. So a friend of mine reached out to me and he was like, "Hey man, band Animal Collective is coming to town."
Mhm.
And I was like, "All right, cool, man. That's cool. I've seen them. They're cool." And he was like, "I want to see there's a string of shows. I think I want to come out." And I was like, "All right."
Sure.
So I'm looking, and some other bands that I want to see. Not that anyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but that's what else is new. Corrosion of Conformity is playing with the Melvins and then Ministry. And I love the Melvins. Corrosion of Conformity was the first time I saw a female get beat up in a mosh pit. It was her own doing. She did it to herself. She's the best friend of mine. She said, "I'm going to go get beat up in the mosh pit." But first mosh pit I ever went to, highly respected. Corrosion of Conformity was fucking rad. They're really good. So they're opening for the Melvins. The Melvins are really awesome. I love King Buzzo. We've seen them together. They're really fun. And then they're opening for Ministry, who I've never seen. And I know I've heard mixed reviews on them, but I dig their shit. So long story short, I hope he doesn't come because they're playing on the same day and I want to go see Ministry. Like, I fucking hate that when 2 shows on the same night. It's like, that's the one downside of living in a city. It's like, it really can happen in a big city. People come through this shithole all the time. But but no, if he comes, I'm going to see. If I'm friends before shows, like, definitely. If you listen to this, I don't think you do, but if you do, sir, who I'm talking about, come on out. We'll have a fucking blast. We'll probably get robbed in New York. It'll be great. But a string of shows means New York City, Philly, and then maybe Boston or something else, because they're all doable within a couple of hours. You just you know, just follow them down the fucking 95. But I started to, like, I dig weird music. I do. I really do. But like, maybe I don't know, like something about living here, seeing trippy, like acid music, like just like really heavy, like acid. This isn't the best place for it. You definitely don't want to drop hallucinogenics and walk out on a city street in Philadelphia. We've talked about that. I'm not fucking doing it again. And I know my friend who would come would be like, "Dude, I got a 10 strip for you." Like, a 10 strip will last me 10 years. One hit a year, but I'll take all 10 with him because I'm a fucking idiot. And then I'll end up petting my sneaker, just fucking crying into it because I'm not, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. I should have gone to see Ministry. Like, that's how it'll go. And I don't want to do. I'll end up making friends with someone who doesn't have a home, you know, out on the corner because I couldn't handle the show. So I'd rather go see a rock band, or 3 of them.
You know what you do, man, is you just go, "Yeah, we'll go see a show together," and he goes sees Animal Collective, you go see Ministry, and you go, and then you meet up and you go, "Yeah, we went to a show together."
FaceTime each other.
Yeah, like, we're gonna go to the same show, but we were both at a show, and then we met up together. So
right. Well, it would be like he's all like woo, and I'm like, ah! Totally different vibe. Like, he's like, "I'm on acid. Like, I smoked a bunch of crank. Woohoo!" I didn't, and I don't. But yeah, those are one of my many dilemmas. And then I went to last night. My cousin and I went to Six Flags. Yeah, and rode some rides. And this might not be funny, but I don't care. My cousin made a really what is it? I don't know. Whatever the word is, I missed it. So he made a really good observation. Jersey has a lot of people on the B squad. There's not a lot of A's in Jersey. There's a lot of B squad. I'm not saying there isn't in Philly. Don't get me wrong. I mean, seriously, we're some fucking worn out looking creatures. But I was at Six Flags and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I mean, I'll be honest, it was the first time I've been sober to an amusement park in 10 years, but he made the observation. So he was sober too. So maybe that was the problem. Maybe everyone's beautiful when you're high. I don't know, but boy, it was some rough stuff. Everyone just looked like, I think we all look better with masks on. I think that's what it was. I think we all look like shit anyway. I mean, we're pretty, don't get me wrong, ladies. We're all fine as hell. But the masks made a lot of us look a hell of a lot better than we did. I mean, you're hiding years of dental problems.
Yeah.
I mean, and no one smiles here. So I mean, you see people and it's like you're at an amusement park and people are like, it's like, shit, have fun? Hashtag question mark? I don't know. Yeah, so there's just a lot of rough stuff, you know, in that area. Like you put New Yorkers, New Jersey, and people from Philadelphia, a couple assholes from Rhode Island, put them all together, and it just looks like you're in the unemployment line. It's fucking terrible.
Well, I always heard that it sounds like to me that New Jersey is just a long unemployment line anyway, you know.
Well, the new ride they have there is called the Jersey Devil, and I was like, that's appropriate. There's a lot of little devils running around here. Horns and shit. I'm from fucking New Jersey.
That was good. We did good on that one.
Could have screenshot that shit.
I know.
Oh my god.
Fucking A.
But yeah, that went down, and then I don't know if anything else cool happened. I don't try not to pay too much attention. I had a customer try and tell me how to find true love.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So I made him buy an iPad, but that was, you know, I fucking hate that, man. And all of a sudden it's like, oh look, we found something to talk about. But like, this isn't why you called. You did not fucking call to talk to me about anything other than why you called. What, you know, for what we do for a living. You know, my job does X, and we're talking about women and disco and funk. But he's a DJ of 50 years, and he also does weddings. And he was telling me this story, and I didn't understand. But if I don't remember the name of the song, it's not gonna fucking matter. But shit, I don't remember the name of the song.
Yeah,
something about, what is it? Damn. Oh well. A DJ played it. This is gonna be bad now because I'm trying to remember the fucking song. But a DJ played what is it? Something about something. The name of the song basically says like your life's over. It's a very popular song. And this DJ played it at the wedding, and he's being sued. And the bride is suing him for the song that he's playing. There's something like I'm forgetting the name of the song. It's very popular, but it's just like basically like, yeah, you know.
How would you get sued for playing like
that? That's why the conversation between myself and the customer went on so long, because I was just like, how does that work? But he was on the side of the patron, of the person, you know, not the DJ side. He was like, oh, that's valid. And I was like, really? Like, because I was like, yeah, that'd be a fun job. He's like, yeah, you'd be good at that. You got a good voice on this horse shit. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. What I don't, the only problem with like me doing weddings is like, I don't believe in marriage. So that makes it really hard, you know? Please welcome to the fucking floor. I mean, like, it's not my thing, man. So I'd have a really hard time selling that. Like, okay, kids, let's get on the dance floor. No. Fuck that. That's not my thing.
Yeah. She's going to town or something.
Oh, yeah, it looked like you're working. No,
I'm trying to, because like it's noisy and I feel like you could hear it and it's fucking grossing me out. Hey, come here.
I'm pretty loud and obnoxious. I think I can cover it up.
Yeah. Come on. Get out of here.
There was something you said about that I really wanted to use as a title. I should have jotted it down. It's something about her doing her thing over there, but pretty funny.
Oh, that's good. Hey, about time to talk about music, probably, huh?
Yeah, we wanted to jump in the music a little bit earlier today because we felt like we're probably to talk about it for a few more minutes. So yeah.
And it was you. So go ahead.
That's right. I picked one of my old standbys, Black Sabbath's Volume 4. Right? Yep, Volume 4. And it's got some gems on it. The one song that it's got a lot of good stuff on it that I like. Once it hits the song Snowblind, actually the song before Snowblind.
Snowblind was the one I liked a lot.
That's awesome. I actually used to snowboard to that, you know, pun or not. It was a really fun song to snowboard to. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the set list not the set list, Jesus Christ. The track list real quick. But yeah, Volume 4, here we go. So I dig the one Supernaut, the one right before it is a good jam. The thing is, I really dig the album a lot. Fucking badass album. It was said to be the major influence for the band Sleep, They claimed people were asking, where'd you get your influences to start the band Sleep? And they responded, go listen to Black Sabbath Volume 4.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of Sleep, you can listen to this album and see where they're coming from, especially when you get past once you get past Changes, FX, Supernaut, Snowblind turns into just a stoner fucking jam session, pretty much. Snowblind, in my opinion, being the pinnacle, and then it just kind of, the rest of them are really good jams there. But the one song that throws me off in this, especially if you're stoned and you listen to the first two songs, is Changes. I dig the song. Charles Bradley did a tremendous cover of this. It's a really good song. But when you're thinking like rock and roll and the rhythm of the album, that's the one song that fucks me up. And it fucks me up because Ozzy doesn't sound like Ozzy does now. Ozzy sounds like, and then that one, he's like, you can hear him beautifully. He's just like, I'm feeling happy. I feel so sad. I'm like, ah, shit.
I feel like, yeah, his voice, I feel like was kind of, it's perfect for that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a beautiful song. It's just right in the middle. It's like the one slow song on what I think is pretty much a ripping record. As far as like just the jams but it's a great album, but Changes kind of like just fucks me up. It's like a speed bump.
Yeah, I love that song. I think it's really good. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. That makes sense. I mean,
right.
I've heard this album a bunch of times, and the songs on this album separately, you know, like in a bar or something like that, or someone's house. And I've always loved Volume 4, but there's a song and there's something in the song that I don't ever remember hearing, or maybe I just didn't know it was there or something. The song you're talking about, Snowblind, and which I love a lot, but I guess I never remember hearing a backup vocal when he says, I got icicles in my head.
Yes.
I don't remember hearing a backup vocal whisper cocaine.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Yeah, I heard that today. I was walking the dog and I was listening to in my earphones, and I'm like, wait, what did I just say? And I like rewound. I listened to it like 5 or 6 times. I had to go somewhere in the car, so I like turned it up really loud, and I was like, he whispered cocaine.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I guess I didn't remember, or I just didn't know, or something, that part was there. It made me, I was like, huh, all these years of hearing this record, and I just now found something new that I haven't heard on it. So it was kind of cool.
Well, and the irony is that it probably is a song about cocaine. And all these years I really thought he was talking about snow, which is why I snowboarded to it. And here I am, it's a cocaine song. And nothing, he wasn't think it was even near a mountain when he wrote it, probably. Maybe a mountain of cocaine. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's fucking funny. Yeah, actually, that is weird, because back then they didn't really talk about, they had to code name all their drugs. Like they always use the word love instead of sex. And Jesus Christ, once you break that code, you know that everybody's talking about fucking. But I got to jump back 5 minutes. I remember the name of the song. I think it was Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh, okay.
So I know we're talking about blacks, but really quick, if someone played Another One Bites the Dust at your wedding, it was the woman who got mad. Could you see that? Does that make sense? That you would sue the DJ because he played Another One Bites the Dust?
No.
So hopefully, because I wouldn't either. I would be like, what a great song.
It's a song.
Right. But no offense, ladies, but if you're one of those ones who would sue a DJ for that, I kind of hope he left you already.
Yeah.
Because fuck that. Like, what are you getting him mad for? He left one pickle in the jar, Terrence. Like, yeah. Fuck this shit. I'm out. And then she's suing you for the pickle situation. And she's got another lawsuit with the wedding song. And it's only your second week of marriage. So yeah, Another One Bites the Dust at a wedding. If you're a DJ, don't play it. Apparently you can get sued. Anyway, back to Black Sabbath.
It's a fucking song. Relax, yeah. But yeah, this album's fucking rules, man. First song, forgot what it's called, but it's fucking
Wheels of Confusion.
Yeah, it's great. And I like FX. Yeah, Yeah, Snowblind. Yeah, they're all fuck. It's all good. Yeah. Also, you're talking about Sleep being influenced by this album. There's a band called Saint Vitus.
Yeah.
Who was also heavily influenced by this album, hence the name
The
Saint
name's
Vitus.
right here.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously Black Sabbath was and I think this album too influential to people, and one of the first, maybe people say the first metal band. But with that being said, it's kind of funny to think about where music has started and where it is now, especially metal, because it's the genre I listen to most. Like, this was considered evil. This is metal. And then you listen to like metal now. There's metal now that that doesn't even sound like it should be in the same genre. Like, it's like heavy and hard and like fast, and like this, metal now makes this look seem like just classic rock, which it is, but it just kind of. But like back then, a lot of the lyrics and how Ozzy was on stage and the whole bat thing, that's why. But like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Ozzy was like, he was as metal as you could be when he was doing it, and he laid down the fucking groundwork both on and off stage on how to be metal as fuck, snorting ants and all the other crazy shit he was known to do off stage, and then whatever fucking drugs and shit they were doing on stage. But yeah, nowadays, I mean, shit, my mom, I remember, I think I still have the CD, but it had the parental advisory sticker on it. We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll, Black Sabbath record. That was my first Black Sabbath record. My friends introduced me to Iron Man when I was living in England, actually, in high school. I had some friends. We actually had groups of kids back then at this high school I went to in England. It was it was kids from all over the damn place. I've mentioned it before. But in any case, they broke each other down into the music. They decided that whatever music you listened to, that was the name, that was the group of friends you hung out with. So I hung out with the Rockers. We all wore Doc Martens and had leather jackets, and we all listened to Black Sabbath, and man, it was pretty much, I mean, that was it. And then there was chicks that were into us, and we hung out with those chicks, and so on and so forth. But I remember listening to this, like, I think it was probably Snowblind or something like that. Pretty fucking hard jam. We had a sound booth where there was a guitar class, where you could learn to play guitar in high school. So all the damn rockers showed up to play guitar, and we had a sound booth in the music room. And the teacher was fucking clueless. The only thing he was good at was flunking me because I didn't learn shit about the guitar. But beyond that, he didn't help me learn nothing. So we were they played, I remember they got a boombox or something and played a Sabbath song. And keep in mind, a sound booth isn't any bigger than 2 phone booths put together, if people know what the fuck a phone booth is. 2 or 3 of those. And they would tell you, turn the lights out, crank the music on. The teacher's fucking oblivious. And I just remember someone like grabbing a keyboard and like smashing it over my head. Like, and it worked out. But yeah, I had my eye was cut and shit. Like, and we came, like, it was awesome. There's like probably 17 of us in there in like the room for 2. And I just remember like getting cut with the zipper on the jacket, and like someone's like getting, I don't remember how I was getting beaten with like shoestrings, like bootlaces. I was like, it was really weird, but it was a great fucking time. And I just remember this.
Great fucking time.
Listen, man, when you have ADD and ADHD and they make you go to the nurse during lunch to take your pills, when someone says, let's get in the sound booth and beat the shit out of this young little annoying asshole, I'm in. I'm like, who's the annoying asshole? And the next thing you know, it's you. And you're like, cool, I'm a victim. This is awesome. Yeah, but there's really good music in the background. And that was Sabbath. And it was just like, like, fuck yeah, throw me against the wall again. Like, oh yeah. It was really fun. It's the only class I came out from sweating. I'm like, whoo, shit.
That's a real Tony G story. I mean, it is, but that's a real Tony G thing. Yeah, hit me in the head with a keyboard.
It was fucking weird.
Hey, give me a Casio right to the dome.
Exactly. Hook me up with a Casio to the temple. Oh, again.
Turns out that
I
was
wasn't on any drugs. So, you know, like I wasn't on cocaine. I did not pick up on the cocaine references back then. When they're always whispering, you're always like trying to like figure it out. And the more you try and figure out what they're saying, the harder it is to figure it out. Then one day it just casually, passively goes by and you're like, he said cocaine. Sure as shit. And it's like, wait a minute, I wasn't on cocaine. I was just full of piss and vinegar and 15 years old and mad at the world. You got my ass kicked. It's really cool. Like the neat thing about mosh pits is it really is a way to like get your ass beat, but no one really gets in trouble.
Right.
You know, I mean, especially if you don't know the person who's kicking your ass. It's different if your best friend just like, get this fuck, and just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought we were cool, man. We got to drive home together.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, I think Sabbath started. I don't know where I mean, like, this is one of those bands, the first bands I remember moshing to. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. You're talking about like how they were really hardcore for their time. I don't know. I kind of wonder what it was like to see Sabbath in the 70s. Like,
yeah, probably just real fucked up and dancing with a leather jacket on with tassels, and that's all you're wearing, you know?
Right. Now I'm starting to wonder the first time someone got shoved and then was shoved back in the name of fun.
Yeah.
At a show. And if Sabbath was a part of that, that'd be a question I would ask Ozzy. Like, when's the first time you looked out in a crowd and thought there was a bar fight, and it was then showing love for your music, and what we now call moshing?
Right.
You know, must have seen it. Now everyone who goes to those shows is so fucking old. Like, you do that, like, give me back my fucking walker. Ah! You know,
it's kind of a funny concept, right? Like, I love this band. Like,
yeah, I hate you though. We have mutual interests in things, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we both like cats and metal. Fuck you, Jesus.
I want to like talk about something about Black Sabbath. Has to do with the singers. So
yeah,
there was always a controversy with the singers, with Ozzy, and when Ozzy got fired from the band. A lot of people don't think he got fired, but when he got fired from the band, the person that took over was Dio. And if you guys remember, we did Rainbow, and he was at the time we did the album, one of the albums that he was on, Rising. And so he took Ozzy's spot, and a lot of people hate Dio because of that. Yeah. And they hate him because they think that a lot of hardcore like Ozzy fans and Black Sabbath fans think that Dio stole Ozzy's job, basically. I don't know, you ever hear that? Like how it's
I don't know. Right. I don't know the time frame, but I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah. And I've had talks with friends. I know a guy who he used to do comedy, how I had to talk to him with this, and I was like, that's not what happened. Ozzy got fired because he was a drunk and a drug addict, and Tony Iommi or whatever like didn't want to deal with it anymore, you know, was fucking the band up, so he got fucking fired. And then the replacement, you know, show must go on. You know, it's not like he died or anything, and it wasn't Ozzy's band, you know. So
well, see, I got to be honest with you. I don't know that history. So was it Tony Iommi's band?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So I didn't.
I
remember reading an article. As a matter of fucking fact, I remember reading an article in that guitar class. No shit, about something about how Iommi was looking for a singer. They found Ozzy, and then something about Iommi knew him from high school or some shit and didn't like him.
Mm.
And they had a story about how Ozzy was once wearing some sort of like easily flammable material, and they set Ozzy, nylon or something, and set Ozzy on fire. Like, so I got that. That'd be funny, but yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're right. It is Iommi's band, absolutely, and they didn't really like Ozzy anyway, so I see why they fired his ass.
Right. Yeah. And so like they fired him, and then the replacement was Ronnie James Dio. And so, and then, you know, all hardcore Ozzy fans, Black Sabbath fans, like, fuck Dio. And still to this day, even after it's been years since Ozzy's been in Black Sabbath, Ozzy's barely a person anymore. And Dio's been dead for 10 plus years. Still, people are like, fuck Dio, he stole Ozzy's job. First of all, if you're gonna let like a 4'8" little gnome that with a hell of a voice steal your job, then you don't deserve it anyways. But he was too much of a drunk and drug addict, and I'm not trying to trash Ozzy. I'm just saying that happened to be
like it is.
He got fucking fired. Had to be a replacement. It was going to be somebody. Just happened to be Dio. In my opinion, I prefer Dio's voice over Ozzy's. That being said, my favorite Black Sabbath album is Volume 4, and Dio's not on there. But I just, when I compare them, Dio has more of a range, high and low, growling. He could go high, he could sing low, in the middle, he could growl, he could do all this other stuff. I think Ozzy was a great frontman. I just think, and he had Ozzy has a fucking amazing voice. I just prefer Dio's.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a Dio Black Sabbath album.
Heaven and Hell. Check that one out.
All right, I will. Good night. Now I got it. I know Dio, but I don't think I've heard him with Sabbath. And then I think I was always more of an Ozzy fan just based upon what people were feeding me.
Sure. Yeah.
And then Ozzy went solo, and I got into the album Osmosis.
Sure.
And one of those songs was called Perry Mason, and I just really that album fucking blew my mind. So then I discovered that, and then Black Sabbath at the same time, and it's just like, Ozzy's king. And then I'm sure those people who were hitting me ahead with the Casio were probably like, yeah, fuck Dio. So
yeah,
I didn't hear a lot of Dio.
And and all this is up for debate. What I said, people might say that's wrong or false, and again, like the spider thing, I'm okay with being wrong, but that's just what I know. I know what I thought is he lost his job, and when you get fired, you've been fired, I've been fired. When that happens, they hire a new person. That's part of life, right? So
don't go giving out my secrets, man. I've had 41 jobs, but I've never been fired.
No, yeah,
I heard I was getting fired, so I left.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. But if you haven't been fired from a job, you're not doing it right.
That's right. You're not doing it right. You're not being who you are, goddammit.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Great fucking pick. I'm glad you did it. It's it's an oldie, but it's a goodie,
Well, I've had to go back and dig through the oldies to find shit, that really speaks to me these days anyway. So it's a rad fucking record. I like that one a lot. I don't know if I know that's my favorite Black Sabbath record, hands down. And probably Snowblind is probably one of my favorite songs, if not my favorite. Yeah. One of my favorite Black Sabbath songs. There's some other shit out there, don't get me wrong, but like Iron Man's been played 1,000 million fucking times.
1,000 fucking times.
So if someone says like, oh, what's your favorite song? It's like, it's typical to say something like that. But Snowblind, like, yeah. It's just funny when you tell people, you're like, I like Snowblind. You're at a concert and you're like, what's your favorite Sabbath song? And you're like, I like Snowblind. And the guy's like, oh, you want some Coke? And you're like, whoa. yeah. I just like
I do. Yeah.
Just because it says parental advisory and Ozzy's a cokehead on the album cover doesn't mean that's why I bought it. I just like the fucking music, man. I'm not into the politics. Like if it came with cocaine, I might have done it, but it didn't. So I didn't think it was necessary. It's just neat to know that drug references, if people still call cocaine snow, refer to it as such. And here, did he come up with it when he was coked out 30, 40 fucking years ago? Who knows?
Right.
The slang.
Yeah,
man, that was fun. It was like a time capsule. Going back and listen to some rad fucking rock and roll. And yeah, I'm glad you liked it, dude. I didn't know that was your favorite Sabbath record, but all the cool kids,
Yeah.
So, number 4.
Yeah, number 4 is. I mean, there are a lot of them are. I wouldn't say all of them are good. They have a lot of records, but yeah, it's a.
Yeah, they have some good shit.
Totally.
Is sold your soul? We sold our souls for rock and roll. Is that a greatest? Is that a compilation?
I don't know.
Because that's the one that I remember that was the one that it felt like a greatest hits album.
It might
because it has changes on it too.
Oh yeah, then it probably is. I mean,
it must be. So if you haven't heard a ton of Black Sabbath with Ozzy, I would say look up the album We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long it's got like 16, 17 songs on it. Shit, I can't even find it.
Right.
Well, anyway, it exists. At least I'm pretty sure. There it is. We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. It's a compilation. It's the first one they ever did. It came out in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got changes on it. That's why, changes on that. Snowblind is on here. Yeah, so if you want to hear the greatest hits record from Ozzy being in Black Sabbath, then check out We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll.
Right.
It's got Snowblind on it. It's got anything you've probably ever heard from but Sweet Leaf's on there for all you potheads out there. But that's another. I guess maybe I do like their songs about drugs the most.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Well, whatever your passion, shut up. Listen, at 40 years old, I'm not going to deny the fact that my mission when I was 15 was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I pretty much nailed it. And I still have a full-time job. Most of my teeth are mine. So, I've done all right. I hold it together enough.
Yeah, but has that changed? Yeah, that's part of life, right? That's still part of life.
Oh, I mean, what is
drugs and rock and roll?
I mean, what's changed? Sex, drugs, and Instagram? OnlyFans? I mean, that's it. Just the internet's come out since then. Otherwise, drugs still pretty much get you there.
Oh, man.
It's all about the right amounts.
We should start an OnlyFans. We tight.
We should. I bet we get a few more. I bet if we started, we should start hooking ourselves up. But no nudity. We don't want to.
Maybe
no one would show up.
We could do a brother thing and then call it OnlyFams. OnlyFam.
OnlyFam. Oh no.
Sorry, that's funny.
Hell no, you can't sleep with my sister. I'm gonna do it. Like, what the fuck? No, we're not. OnlyFams. Oh, Christ on crackers.
I think I'm laughing too hard at my own joke.
That's it. That's fine. That's totally fine these days. If you can make yourself laugh after this pandemic shit, if you can make yourself laugh, you've become your own favorite comedian, and that's fine. As long as you found a way through the shit, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. I mean, someone's laughing. Fuck it.
Oh hell yeah, exactly. But great album. Check out some Black Sabbath if you want to. We highly encourage it. Stay away from the nose candy if you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you like nose beers, that's your fun. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have a nose beer once in a while. Yeah, nose beer.
When we hang out next, I'm gonna need to see you do some nose beers.
I'm gonna get
him to do it. I swear to God, I'll get this guy to take it. Snort.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh my God. Usually it comes out your nose, not in your nose. But in any case, yeah. So what did you pick for next week, man?
Well, I didn't see anybody request anything, so I kind of had a toss up, and both of them had to do some kind of something with Black Sabbath. But I'm gonna go with Tenacious D, Pick a Destiny.
Rad. Cool.
The soundtrack of the movie, basically, and it's Pick a Destiny. The album is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's both of them, Jack Black and Kyle Gass, like in the clouds touching fingers or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. It's the soundtrack for their movie, Pick of Destiny. You can't miss it. They look like they're up in heaven. Mm-hmm. And it's got some great songs on it. I'll say that this actually reminds me a lot of. I'll say why next week. Why this album reminds me a whole lot of my daughter.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that'll be something to talk about. But Tenacious D. So fun these days because Google spells everything for you. It's like everything in here just spelled like shit. So when I die and people are like, look, he got worse. Like Grandpa got worse with age. Be like, no, the internet came out, and then you could tell everything went to piss.
Yeah, it started really, really early for him.
He's fucking 22 years old.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you don't have to be smart at all anymore.
No, they said the phones are smart. Didn't say it would give us any added intelligence.
Yeah.
Marketing. But yeah, so if once again, we say this, quite frequently, but if you guys have anything you want to give us, listen, we pick a lot of rock and we're metal and shit with instruments. So if you want to fuck with us, man, throw in a Disney soundtrack. I really don't give a shit at this point. Whatever you want, we'll give our honest and fair attempt at it. And if it's horrible, we'll just have to say it's horrible. But
yeah, we'll be nice. But
yeah. I mean, unless you want us to be like, if it's Disney and you're like, I want to fuck with these guys, and you say that, hey, fuck you, here's the soundtrack to Aladdin. Like, okay, like,
yeah.
If you're down and you want us to rip it, because I don't feel bad about ripping a Disney soundtrack.
If you want to turn Disney into like BDSM, you want us to pour hot wax on the thing, we'll do it.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh man, I'm gonna come visit this guy soon. We gotta it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'll pour fucking cinnamon vanilla all over you, Tony.
No. I'm not participating in this shit. I'm merely a voyeur, man.
No, I know.
No, I'm not fucking getting involved.
I got you, man. I got you.
At least not the first round. So if I get comfortable, I will be in the corner with my pants off because I don't want to make it awkward. But I'm not saying I'm getting involved. We just need to invite more people. So I'm a really good tripod. I can hold a mean camera to get you some good angles.
I like the party.
I know you do, man. I really do.
Hey, man. You'll be thinking different. 1 or 2 nose beers. Forget about it.
Forget about it. After a couple of nose beers, you'll be fucking everybody. It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time I've ever flown with whips, chains, whistles, and a dildo. That'll be great. What is all this, sir? A good time? Like, oh, you're heading to Portland. All right. Get the fuck on the plane, weirdo.
All right. With that being said, fucking later.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Somebody please come up with an idea for music. I challenge you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Please.
Come on, do it. I know you can do it. All right. Anyway, that being said, thank you very much for listening to us once more. We appreciate it highly. Look forward to doing this shit again next week.
Yeah.
That being said, bye-bye.